Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout to one of my YouTube members, Isaiah. Thanks for your support. Now, I do apologize for a little bit background noise. There's actually a fan going on in the background as I'm staying at a hotel to celebrate the long weekend here in Canada. It is Thanksgiving tomorrow, so if you are Canadian, hopefully you'll have some time with family and friends. If you are not, well, hope you have a great day and weekend anyways. Now, that being said, as Scott has hinted from the live stream a few days ago, for the global version of Another Eden, we are now going to begin 2.13.700 about 24 hours from now, of course, with iOS sometimes getting it about 22 hours from now. And that being said, you can clearly see there are two big features coming tomorrow. Journey's End and Beginning. So obviously on the far left, we do have a new featured unit in the banners tomorrow, and this is going to be AS Yukino. Now, for those who haven't come across Yukino like myself, this is a pretty exciting banner. She has a unique mechanic, which I will go over shortly, but the unit on the far right is of a different nature. Now, whether or not you are relatively new to the game or have been a veteran of the game for a number of years now, I hope you haven't missed the door or portal on the far left side of the space-time rift. And the reason why is because there you can fight a blob called Uquaji. He starts with level 5 and he progresses in strength as you beat him over and over again. And the most recent iteration is only up to level 170. Now, when that came out a long time ago, it was very difficult for global players at the time to beat it, being that we were limited in Grasta and unit power. But however, nowadays he's more of a meme than anything. That being said, it's going to be a big challenge. He's going to come back with a vengeance and his fights are going to be amazingly difficult. However, I believe that if you conquer all of them, you will get a playable Uquaji to add to your own personal roster as a free-to-play permanently. So that's pretty cool. Now, for many people who do spend stones, there has been an update for iOS where Chronostones prices, I think you get a little bit more Chronostones than before, about 10% more. I can't tell you if the price is more. You can let me know in the comments below if it's more worth it or not. I know it's just to coincide and line up with some other stores as well as currency. So watch for that and check that out as well. As I mentioned, you can see the high level content for Uquaji to join your party, and like I said, this is going to be no slouch, going to be pretty difficult, and I am looking forward to it. However, I don't know how difficult it will be, and so my fights and will come out when I get to beat them. No time limit as usual, and you do have to fight it one every day, just like before. Back to AS Yukino. So, AS Yukino still has her 4-star form moves where she can turn into a snowman, and the snowman basically can't be buffed or debuffed, but essentially your party disappears and she disappears and you only have a snowman. The snowman, if it gets hit, it kind of vaporizes and Yukino can come back. So therefore, it's almost like Yukino can almost cheese a fight if there's a certain turn where the boss is going to boost some sort of killer AoE attack. You can just have the snowman there, take it, and then, kind of move the rest of the party back in. Or in the case of Yukino, she'll just kind of reappear after the attack is done. Now, the downside is that this is a delayed move, and so she'll be acting last, just like units such as Orlea and Daisy. There are multitudes of ways to utilize her. I don't have her in any form, so I can't tell you how to do them best. However, I am looking for trying to summon for AS Yukino. Now, that being said, AS Yukino's got a few different tricks up her sleeve. First of all, she is going to be another Pierce Zone setter. She can VC in and set Pierce, and while she VCs in, she'll restore all party members by up to 25% MP. Her end of turn ability, while in any stance, it can heal both HP and MP depending on the number of Pierce moves use that turn. So up to 4 moves, you can heal up to 50 MP and 2500 HP, which by the way is very significant. Most zone setters heal only upwards of about 1,000 per end of turn, like kind of 250 per move. And so 2500 is more than 2/3 of many of the units out there. Very, very significant. Not only that, AS Yukino, instead of a DPS like her original form, I would argue is more of a support-based unit. She has a move called Snow Guard Shrine, which replaces her basic attack, and it can be used right away on the first turn. If you haven't cheesed enough with AS Radius or Pry, you now can give a barrier to all party member that reduces all damage 5,000 or less to 0 until the end turn. I believe this is useful for the whole turn continuously, and so if you have ways to mitigate damage, the 5,000 damage is calculated after all mitigation, shields, and dual debuffs and so on and so forth, zones and so on and so forth. So if you can keep it at 5,000 damage or less, you will survive almost any attack, and I can think of many ways to abuse it. Keep in mind this also works against fixed damage and percentage type attacks where it leaves you at 1 HP or 99% damage. You know, if your HP bar is less than 4k, for example, and you get a 99% hit, hey, guess what? It's 0. That is pretty crazy. Not only that, if you do 15 pierce moves, it will regenerate that move so that you can give yourself a shield to the whole team again for 5,000 or less. That is pretty crazy stuff. Not only that, she can actually awaken zone, she can apply pierce and type resistance down at the same time, stackable up to 3. So it'll be 25, 25 stackable up to -50 pierce resistance as well as -50 type resistance. Very, very useful, and while she's in any a zone, it can give power and speed of all party members plus 50% stackable to 100%. Keep in mind that once you stack to 100%, that caps out the max boost to each party member, which is really, really, really crazy. If you have Alumage from Orlea, you'll know how powerful that is. And finally, she does have another support move that doesn't attack. This one can give preemptive type shield 50, which by the way is always useful, and gives max HP increased by 1500 for 5 turns, and for some reason, giving speed of all enemies minus 100 for 5 turns. I can imagine this is because enemies are getting faster, or you can abuse this or combo this with things like delayed moves such as, like there is the delayed Eagle Eyes boost from AS Nagi, Daisy, and other things like that. So yeah, very, very powerful, very, very powerful support. I'll talk more about her in my Should You Summon video tomorrow. Alright, so again, lots of fights coming, lots of difficulty, and of course a new banner if you want to do Faithfuls 2 times max. And I don't know what it says here about dreams. That is interesting. So I'm not really sure what that means in terms of being longer or shorter. So let me know in the comments below if you know anything about that. Something about 30 days and then 60 days and so on and so forth. Maybe it's just that more banners are going to be in the store for longer. Okay, for those fans of a Lulu normal style, you can now dress Vario or your own cat with the hood and some of the capes and so on and so forth. Really, really cool if you are a fan of a Lulu. For me, I have my cat dressed up as Suzette, my waifu. And then finally, they fixed some bugs as usual. Okay, so let me know in the comments below also how you guys feel about this update. I'm pretty excited. I am a little bit fearful of some of the difficulty of the fights. However, I am excited about trying to summon for AS Yukino or Yukino in any form. I have not had very much luck when it comes to water units, as you can have seen from Eva or Flam, or when I went for Yukino, or when I went for Shani back in the day, or when I went for Hismina back in the day. So hopefully luck changes when I try for her tomorrow. Hopefully anyone who is going for AS Yukino will have great luck and hit her on the first single or tempo that you do. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.